I've been listening to the Canas Pro a lot, also the Tansio Mirai, because when I first got them, and since then, I did the last video and I called it the January Massacre because these just kind of jumped right in. They're absolutely exceptional. This and the Tansio Mirai. And that day that I did the video with my top 5, I've been troubled from that day till today, and I got to clear myself now. I love the DM6, but it's become like my other love. This is the EX1000. It's been in a couple hundred of my videos. I've had it for a very long time. I still use it to this day. It's still my favorite set of all. I have, before anybody else had this with IEMs, I believe on video anyway, I'm the first guy that got this, thanks to a brilliant suggestion that said, if you're really going to use those and you use it for a long time, why don't you do like this? And I said, get it done. And I sent them to Michigan, sent back to me once. I believe I sent them a second time. So this has been to Michigan 2 more times than I have. And I'm in Japan. And the upgrades and all of that. But I don't recommend this set because over time and observing other people and what they think and what they say, it's clear that this is a personal taste and that there are other people that love this set as much as I do. But there is, in fact, a peak in the treble, and it can cause people that don't like that to not really listen to it for very long. And I'm cool with that. But I can't recommend it to people because I know what's going to happen. There's a high possibility that they're going to be not comfortable with the treble. So I don't make a list and include this in it. However, it's in lots of my videos and I've got it all tricked out. What's up with that? Liking something and wrecking something they're not really a salt and pepper set, really. This I can't wreck because it's specific to me. I think it's great. I think it sounds good, but I've seen a lot of people that think otherwise. I can't do that. The DM6 over the past few weeks has started to develop a trickle effect of people that are starting to repeat the same thing, which is that the treble has peaks that they're not comfortable with. So keeping the EX1000 out of rankings that I've ever done is similar to this right here. I love this set, and I put it with the EX1000 as my favorite. But as a recommended item, I got to take it down a notch. Because of the treble and because of the amount of people that have come forward and said, you know what, I think it's a little rough. I think it's, and then they got to roll cables and then tips, and they start to put more money into the pit. Because if they don't like it, that's fine. It's not, I don't take it personally. I don't make this. But I don't want to recommend it and start them on that financial digging and then they get the cables and no. I love the set, but it's got the EX1000 tint to it, and it's hot in the treble. Hot, not to me, but people are saying that. And when one guy says it, 2 guys say it, but when a bunch of people say it, you become ignorant to ignore what is around you. So I'm not going to be ignorant. I try not to be. I act ignorant, but that's usually just me trying to stimulate people. This is a set that doesn't have a peak in the treble like that, but has fantastic detail retrieval. It has great bass, and it doesn't bother the mids listening to all of the genres that I listen to. It is in the same price range as the set that I have right there. I first listened to these and powered them. I think that these need more power. Those are easier to drive, but as a recommendation for you to spend your money, and people spend their money because I say stuff, that's a responsibility, actually. I would feel more comfortable with saying, you know what, this is the set that will get you what you want. And I don't know what the offensive point. The bass is not too much on this. The mids are not scooped on it, and the treble is not peaky in the same way that the EX1000s that I love and the DM6 that I love are. So as a recommendation and other people's money being spent, I would say that this is my favorite. This one, the Canas Pro. And if you like the DM6, but you want something that's maybe got a little less treble, the Tansio Mirai. What a company, man. If you've got this and you know what I'm talking about, these are really, really good. I just think the Canas are spectacular. I think they're like the Campfire Atlas, but sounds better, and it's way cheaper. But this is an awesome set too. I'm going to put this at 3. Who cares? Maybe nobody. I sleep better though. If you buy the DM6, you know that it's got elevated treble, and that's based on the feedback of real live people that have bought the item and have said that. They've got no agenda. They're not connected to anybody. I don't think you should trust reviewers, myself included. There's always agendas. There's always politics. The people have spoken, and they've said that this has a treble issue. So the people have spoken. And because I'm wrecking to the people, I'm not going to ignore what they say. I'm putting this at 3 with the understanding that I'm getting gold caps put on it because personally I love it. But as a recommendation for people to spend their hard-earned money, $200 is a lot of money for some people. It's not much for others. It's a lot of money for other people. The safer route with the high quality would be the Canas Pro. 6 months. 6 months this stayed at top. I didn't hear anything that sounded even close to it. And then this and the Tancio came in like boom, boom. I picked these by my hand to get and paid for them because I wanted to get them because they had not a lot of hype, but they look like the potential, man. And bingo. They're absolutely fantastic. And you guys know how many IEMs I get. Tons. I've had so many different lists over the months, and stuff falls off because new stuff comes in and the industry is getting better. Chi-Fi is getting absolutely incredible. This is an amazing set, and it's number 1 for me now. And number 2 is Tancio Mirai, and number 3 is going to be the DM6s, and that is my recommendation list. On my personal list, which nobody gives a fuck about, but that's my channel, so I'll say it. It's the EX1000s and the DM6s for me, because I can trip out on the OCD details and not be offended by the treble. Too many people have come forward and said they have an issue with this for me to keep pushing it out and saying it's awesome. I believe that, but I can't separate my words and the spending of other people's money. They're connected. Pretending they're not is being stupid. Like, gee shucks, I don't have that much influence. Oh no, people make purchases based on what I say. I got to pay attention to how that turns out and to follow up. If Adapt is fucking having problems, I got to take the check mark away and say, don't buy this fucking thing. It's fucking lagging. It's got a shit battery. IEMs are no different. Over a period of time, people say, oh, this has got an issue. It's got an issue. That's the end of the story. New number 1. And a new number 2. And I'm out.